Hello everyone and welcome to another highlight video for the Humongous Wombats. This video breaks down our second game of the All-City BBL playoffs where we had a 1-0 series lead against the Red All-Stars, a team that we beat twice in the regular season and then beat them handily again in Game 1. The question was, would they have anything for us? And could we continue to find another gear? Well, we got off to a great start with Pete Wheeler lining it to straightaway center field off the scoreboard and getting us going with a solid leadoff double. Ahmed Khan is the next batter up, trying to continue the early momentum, and he lines it to straightaway center field as well, gets it past the center fielder. Pete Wheeler is able to score easily, and Ahmed Khan trips as he wants to get back to first and is thrown out. Next batter now, Pablo Sanchez, and he takes the first pitch, and he leaves no doubt about it as he crushes a home run to left, a part of the park that Pablo was looking to visit often on this potential clinching day, but he gets us off to a great start, following up the momentum of the first two batters to give us a 2-0 lead. And that was all we would get in the first, but Kenny Kawaguchi came out with a strong start, Karen Donato with a solid line drive to center, but Keisha Phillips makes the catch, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Kenny, who comes up in the top of the second with one out, and he is going to line it off the head of the right fielder, and it goes all the way to the fence, and Kenny is motoring. The throw from center goes to no one at all, and Kenny thinks he's got a chance at the inside the park home run, and he is correct, putting us up 3-0. Couple batters later, Ahmed Khan up again with one out. Pete in motion, and they actually get him at second base. Very bang-bang play there, but a nice double play turned by the All-Stars. In the bottom of the second, it is Felix Grant who is going to get a hold of one to center. It bounces right in front of Keisha Phillips, who cannon fires it to first base for the out, and it's another 1-2-3 inning. And Pablo is going to hit an inside-out line drive in the top of the third, right in the gap between the center fielder and right fielder. Pablo is on his horse. A terrible throw and miscommunication there, and then a weak throw that gets past the second baseman, and Pablo has an inside-the-park home run to put us up 4-0. Amir Khan comes up a few batters later, runner on first, and he gets a hold of one. It's just at the bottom of the fence. Annie Frazier on the move, and she is going to read the throw from the outfield perfectly and make it home, and it's 5-0. Amir Khan thinks he can make it to third, but like his brother, trips as he tries to go back and gets thrown out. Very unfortunate there, but Kenny keeps it going in the bottom of the third with a strikeout of Laura Nunez. So he's 9 up, 9 down to start the game. Top of the fourth, runner on second, Pete Wheeler up, and he gets a hold of one. Inside out swing, left center field, in the gap once again. Kenny Kawaguchi moving from second base. Pete Wheeler stumbles twice, doesn't know whether he wants to go forward or back, decides to go forward as the ball trickles away and gets the inside the park home run. And now it's 7-0 for Ahmed Khan, who takes the very next pitch and hits it over the right center field fence. And it's back-to-back home runs for the Wombats, just trying to take any small sense of belief that the All-Stars may have had and crush it into the ground. The hitters came out laser-focused, trying to put the game away early, and we're looking very successful. Pablo Sanchez takes the next pitch after Ahmed's home run, and he absolutely skies this one and gets it over the scoreboard. His third home run in as many at-bats to start the game. 2 over the fence plus the inside the Parker. Pablo Sanchez basically trying to take the All-Stars by the throat and end it 526 feet. A few batters later, Amir Khan, Keisha Phillips, and Annie Frazier both getting on base, and it is a hanging slow ball that is destroyed. The fourth home run of the inning, the third to go over the fence, the second by a Khan brother. I mean, you could just keep going. This was the inning of devastation and decimation for the Red All-Stars, and they really just never recovered. 12-0. You can tell that the season is probably over, as Pete Wheeler comes up again in the fourth inning, and once again, Kenny off to the races. And this time, the All-Stars trying to salvage a little bit of pride, make a nice throw to home, and get Kenny out. In the bottom of the fourth, Shane Smith does get a hold of a corkscrew pitch, and this could be a possible chance to gain some momentum, except he makes a dash for it. How many times have we seen this season? And he is thrown out, preserving a perfect game at that point for Kenny Kawaguchi. And Pablo Sanchez picks up right where he left off in the top of the fifth, and it's a fourth home run for Pablo, back over the left field fence, 477 feet, 4 for 4, with 4 home runs for Pablo Sanchez only in the fifth inning, as this puts us up 13-0. And 2 batters later, Annie Frazier is up, and she lines it into the gap. Keisha Phillips on first and off to the races. The outfield just exhausted at this point, spiking another throw that will allow Keisha to score. Another throw gets spiked, and Annie gets the triple. Amir Khan comes up next, feeling a chance for another RBI, and he is going to get it by hitting it over the center fielder's head. 15-0 as Amir gets the double. In the bottom of the fifth, Gail Weinman takes her chance to try and get anything going for the All-Stars as they sit down by 15, and it deflects off of Keisha, but Pablo gets her thrown out at first, and the perfect game is preserved. Pete Wheeler comes up in the top of the sixth, and this time hits the ball over the fence. This game had so many historical implications that Pete Wheeler had actually already hit for the cycle by the time he hit this home run, and you barely even noticed. But you got to give Pete his props, using his speed as always to make a difference. And it's 16-0. Pablo comes up again, and he is going to blast it for his fifth home run, except this one is actually just a pop-up to second, and Ahmed Khan is dead to rights, so it's actually a double play. Laura Nunez comes up in the bottom of the sixth as Kenny Kawaguchi maintains his perfect game, and Ernie Steele helps him do it. We don't score in the top of the seventh, and in the bottom of the seventh, Karen Donato tries to get on base, but Annie Frazier makes the play. And then Pete Wheeler comes up in the top of the eighth, and we included this highlight because this, on a day that was a challenge for the outfield, this is one of the best catches we've seen. A clean, over-the-shoulder diving catch to rob Pete Wheeler. And in the bottom of the eighth, with 2 outs, Felix Grant is going to hit a line drive off Pablo's head, but Annie makes the fielding play. So it's perfect through 8 for Kenny Kawaguchi, and Pablo Sanchez on the top of the ninth. This time, he gets a hold of it. Ahmed Khan on second base. And Pablo Sanchez does indeed get his 5th home run of the game. Just an amazing performance by a star player who has often, I think, been under the radar, just quietly getting his numbers, not necessarily standing out in the wake of some other big performances. Nevertheless, 5 home runs in this game as Annie Frazier hits it to center field. It is caught for the out, but Keisha looks to advance to third, and they are unable to throw her out, and then the ball goes out of play, so she pushes the lead to 19-0, and a few batters later, with a runner on third, Vicky Kawaguchi hits the perfect dribbler, and her speed wins the day. 20 runs for the Wombats as Kenny tries to finish off the perfect game. Starts off with a line drive that Ahmed Khan is able to get the out. Then Isabel Morelli absolutely gets a hold of one, and the perfect game looks to be lost, but Vicky Kawaguchi gets there, makes the catch, preserves perfection, and Kenny does the rest by striking out Laura Nunez for the second time. It was as perfect as you can get in a 20-0 victory for the Wombats, and we move on to the Super Entire Nation Tournament, where we will play the Nutty Bananas. Best 2 out of 3, I believe. Hope you're looking forward to it.